And good afternoon. I'm Jim Savage. I'll be serving as your moderator today. I am the Injury Prevention and Healthcare Representative on the National Child Passenger Safety Board, and also currently serving as the chair. And I also serve as the co-state Child Passenger Safety Coordinator for here in Wisconsin. I'm happy to serve as the moderator for today's CPS forum. If you haven't done so yet, please just enter your name and state into the chat box so that we know who's joining us today. And along with your favorite ice cream flavor, we'll announce the winner at the end. The presentation is being recorded and you can listen to the recording when you safely arrive at your destination. Just as a reminder, we ask that you not participate in this forum if you are operating a motor vehicle. And the presentation will be posted to the CPS board website, and I'll put the link to that address in the chat here in just a second. Our presenter today is Tammy Franks. Tammy is the Senior Program Manager at the National Safety Council and leads the development and revision efforts of National Transportation Safety Curricula. She also serves as the curriculum representative on the National Child Passenger Safety Board as well. We do have some time planned toward the end of the presentation for questions. So please, as we go along, if you do have a question, enter it into the chat and we'll be sure to answer those when we get toward the end. So everyone, please welcome me and please join me in welcoming Tammy this afternoon. Apparently I can't read today. Thank you.
Hi, everybody. I'm so excited to be here. So thank you so much for including or inviting me to join you today to talk about curriculum. Those of you who know me, and I recognize many of those names, know that I can talk about curriculum all day long. So I am excited to get started and share some updated information with you. So let's start talking about the Child Passenger Safety on School Buses National Training. So the topic today is how to build a school bus training. So first we need to talk about the new curriculum. So you will see here that we have been actively working on an update to the 2015 Child Passenger Safety Restraint Systems School Buses National Training Curriculum. So that curriculum should now be retired, and if you are using that, and all the materials that I share today should be what's used moving forward. So you will note in the bottom right-hand corner of this slide that there are two launch dates, and I'll share with you a little bit why. But before I get too far into my presentation, I do need to thank our primary contributors to this curriculum. And I know at least one of them's on the call today. And so a big thank you goes out to Denise Donaldson, Sue Shoetrump, and Charlie Vitz for authoring the first draft of the curriculum. So thank you to all of you, and especially to Denise. You will see as you go through the curriculum, she spent hours and hours helping to develop videos in the curriculum and taking photos as well as the content. So thank you so much. Okay, so let's talk about why we have two different launch dates. So as we were working on this curriculum, we decided that there were really two different primary audiences. So we have child passenger safety technicians who would like to take the school bus training, and we also have pupil transportation providers who often are not child passenger safety technicians. So if you have completed the school bus training in the past as a child passenger safety technician, in the previous version, you may have felt like that there was some repetitive information, and it was often that you've learned already in your tech class, and you may have felt like you may have been presented as, if you were to teach this, this is how you would teach that information. So what we decided to do is to make two different versions. So launched the last week of March, so the week of Lifesavers, was the Child Passenger Safety Technician version. And this version of the school bus training is designed for currently certified child passenger safety technicians. For people who are non-CPSTs, this is not the appropriate version to take. The Child Passenger Safety Technician version is only for currently certified CPSTs. In addition to having this version will be is available to be delivered in 2 different formats. So there's an in-person format, which is about 5 hours in length, and also a hybrid format. And we'll look at those in a little bit more detail as we move through. Both versions are approved for 3.5 CPST continuing education units or CEUs. So it's already pre-approved. We have a number. If you want to offer it, we have certificates. We'll show you that later on, but that pre-approval number already exists for the school bus training. For both versions. Launching by the end of this week, that's why I look a little tired, is the pupil transportation version. This version is designed primarily for non-child passenger safety technicians. Currently certified child passenger safety technicians may take the pupil transportation version. That is totally fine. Just note that there'll be some information that they've already learned. It'll serve as a refresher from the technician course, from the National Child Passenger Safety Technician Certification Training course. For the pupil transportation version as well, we will have in-person and hybrid formats. Both of which are the in-person format's approximately 7.5 hours and is also approved for 3.5 CPST CEUs. The reason that it's not approved for more CEUs is because the material that was added in is not new technical content. It's content that's already been taught to child passenger safety technicians in their certification course. For both offerings, for both versions, the CPST and the pupil transportation version, the hybrid offering is a little bit different than the certification training offering. It's comprised of online learning modules and an in-person session only. It does not include any type of virtual meetings because it's a shorter class. It's shorter in length and less content. So there's only, for the hybrid offerings or the hybrid format, it's only in-person and online learning. So what's different between the two? So if you look, there's a comparison between the agendas, and these documents are available on cpsboard.org/school-bus in the training resources section. So if you want to look and compare and contrast what's available, you will see the areas that I've highlighted on the pupil transportation sample agenda, which is on the right-hand side, shows you what the differences are. So both versions will cover, have an introduction module that kind of sets the language that's going to be used throughout, reviews terminology and general concepts. And then both versions also have identifying school buses, federal motor vehicle safety standards, a module on occupant protection for children, an overview of child safety restraint system use, and then a module on CAM wraps, CSRS with CAM wraps, one on transporting students with disabilities, a module on emergency evacuation, an activity called Putting It All Together, as well as a closing module. They have different names depending on the version, but this was added to help connect resources. And we'll talk about that in a little bit later. The difference with the pupil transportation version is that we've added information on crash dynamics, explaining why this course is important. We've added more basic information in the overview of CSRS use, which is on the selection, direction, location, harness adjustment and fit, and installation. And we've also added a module on conventional and integrated CSRS. So again, providing more basic information for people who aren't child passenger safety technicians. Handouts have been developed for each of the modules. They are typically 2 to 4 pages in length, and they focus on the key points that for each module and serve as a resource. They are broken out and posted on cpsboard.org/school-bus as a continual reference. So we won't have a technician guide. We have a compilation of all of the handouts that is serving as the kind of the takeaway from the course, the resource. But and we built it this way so that the resources could be pulled out separately and used as references at any point in time moving forward. From the introduction of the training, we work hard to define the basic terms and concepts so that all participants are speaking the same language. So you may have heard me saying earlier, CSRS. In the school bus industry, child restraints are referred to as child safety restraint systems, or CSRS. And so we introduced that right away in the child passenger safety technician version. We use the tech tip icon as shown here on the slide, similar to the tech tip icon that we use in the certification training. And then we call it a tip in the non-CPST version, but that is also a similar icon is used, just helping again to work to align and speak the same language. We have used consistent labeling and terminology throughout the curriculum to help facilitate comprehension of the material. So shown here is an introductory slide in a Federal Motor Vehicle Safety Standards module. And you'll note that each of the modules or each of the standards have a circle with the name or the number of the standard associated with it. So for example, in the bottom of the slide in the center column, you'll see that I just highlighted the seatbelt anchorages, which is Federal Motor Vehicle Safety Standard 210. We've also included information or an icon with that or an image with it to help the learner be able to associate not only the title or the name of the standard, the number of the standard, but also to begin associating it with the seatbelt anchorages. And so you'll see that we've done that for each of the Federal Motor Vehicle Safety Standards. And then we carry that through all of the slides that are referring to that particular safety standard. So continuing on with the theme of Federal Motor Vehicle Safety Standard 210, you'll see in the top right-hand corner, as we're talking about seatbelt anchorage systems, or excuse me, seatbelt anchorages, we have that same icon with the image associated with it shown in the top right-hand corner of the slide. And then this is an example also of how we've worked to really make the slides as interactive as possible so that we can keep the attention of the learner in the classroom and hopefully keep them engaged and wanting to learn more. So you'll see here the instructor would, as they were presenting to the class, they would ask, which seats are reinforced, select all that apply, and they would wait a moment and have the students look after they've had presented the corresponding concepts. And then with another click, it will show which of the seats are reinforced and provide in the instructor notes, there's information that all three are demonstrations of reinforced seats, highlighting to show where the reinforcement is on the seat. We've worked to provide updated images that clearly demonstrate the concepts being presented and really work to make certain that they're specific to school bus transportation. So I can only think of one instance where we had to default to a picture in a passenger vehicle, and that had to do with tether anchors, which are a little bit more difficult to find on school buses. And so we used a passenger vehicle image to demonstrate a concept, and we made certain to identify that it wasn't a passenger vehicle. But beyond that, one instance, all the other images are shown are with on school buses or on school bus demonstration seats, and are using are very specific to this training. So I really like this image here where you're able to see what it looks like on an actual seat, and then also the line art, which enables you to see all around the image. Almost as good as having 3D, though. Hopefully someday we'll have a kind of an interactive 3D line art or drawing in here as well. Okay. And then you'll see here's another activity I want to share with you and kind of show you how we present it in the in-person. And then I'll also share with you how we present it in the hybrid e-learning. So how we've adapted it to make it interactive. So this is one of the modules. I've taken the school bus training multiple times in my career. And this was one of the modules I found the most interesting that was added was how to identify a school bus. And so this slide here asks, or talks about how you would identify a school bus. And then with some interaction, it will show you here which ones are non-school bus classification versus the school bus classification. And the instructor would have notes about how to point out that information. But let's look at the same content as provided in the learning management system through the in the online learning modules. So give me just one moment to get this started for you.
You know if a bus is a school bus. Check the vehicle certification label. This label is typically located inside the bus, above the front window or door.
And so what this is showing you here in just a moment.
Select where on these labels the vehicle type is listed. Click the green arrow to move forward.
So I'm actually doing this interaction and recording it. And you'll see my mouse moving around or my cursor moving.
As you can see, the vehicle certification labels may look different, but finding out a vehicle type is a school bus is an important step for CSRS use. Be sure that it states school bus, not simply bus or MPV for multi-purpose vehicle. Note, if the vehicle certification label is missing, contact the school bus body manufacturer and have them check the vehicle identification number or VIN.
Okay, great. All right. Additionally, and this is where I need to give the shout out to Denise, that you will see that we have added videos throughout the curriculum demonstrating school bus specific information, harness adjustment, and child safety restraint system installation. This helps to streamline the presentations in the classroom, but also helps with the students being able to see the information being presented. So we know school bus demonstrator seats often sit fairly low to the floor, and it could be difficult for students who are sitting in the back of the room or even in the middle of the room to be able to see what's going on. So by developing these videos, they can help with the students being able to see in the in-person. We're able to use them in the online learning modules. And they're also a resource, and I'll talk about that, that can be referred to on an ongoing basis, or you can also share them with people in the community. So let me just show you this quick one here. This is about the seat cushion lifting and closing. Give me just one moment to get that started.
Installation of some types of child safety restraint systems requires threading webbing straps through the bite, where the seat cushion and seat back meet. When installing these types, it's often helpful or even necessary to lift the bus seat's cushion in order to widen the opening to the bite. Therefore, it's handy that most bus seats allow the cushion to hinge up or come off the frame. However, it's crucial that the cushion be relocked after this process. Since late 2009, regulations require bus seating that opens this way to automatically lock when the cushion is put back down. Thanks to that requirement, the spring-loaded locking mechanism shown here has become common. Pull the spring back to unlock and then raise the cushion. When the cushion is fully lowered, it should relock. Although this should happen automatically, it's a good idea to push down on the cushion and check that it's locked. A wider range of cushion locking hardware, such as these, can be found on buses made in 2009 and before. Each of these common hardware examples require the user to both unlock and carefully relock the cushion.
All right, so that's one example, and there's many more in the library, and I'll share that information with you in just a little bit. And then, as I alluded to earlier, we've added a short module at the end of each version of the curriculum to help connect the students with the resources in their communities or within their states. So in the child passenger safety technician version, we encourage them to connect with local school districts. We provide information to connect them with the pupil transportation providers in their states if they're not able, or to help get them connected with school districts if they're not able to do so. Additionally, we share information about how to find Head Start centers in their area if they want to reach out and offer help. And we also encourage child passenger safety technicians to reach out to all of you as their state or regional CPS coordinator, letting them know that letting the student or asking the students to let you know that they would like to serve as a resource in the pupil transportation field. We provide similar information in the pupil transportation version with the addition of how to locate a child passenger safety technician who has their school bus endorsement. We have also built out a brand new web page supporting the updated curriculum. So if you can scan the QR code or visit cpsboard.org/school-bus, and that will take you to a landing page where the resources are arranged by topic. So the student handouts are posted in each of those by module. I haven't added the pupil transportation version quite yet. The child passenger safety technician version is there. I will add the pupil transportation versions as soon as they're available later this week. We've moved to using this online home base for the majority of the resources. One, it helps to reduce the amount of printed material. Two, it makes it super easy for students to find the information or members of the public to find the information after the class. It's readily available by topic. And additionally, it allows us to do updates in real time if there's updated technology that comes out, or we find that we need to correct some information in the future. So you'll see more and more of our resources moving to this so that it's readily available and easy to find, but it allows it to stay a little bit more evergreen for longer. In that first tab in the training resources, so it's the folder at the top of the page, you'll find sample agendas as well as the participant guides, and we'll talk about how to access the other course resources in a little bit. And then we share this information both with the students completing the course, and it's also listed in the training resources. As I mentioned earlier, we have 23 videos from the curriculum that are available for viewing. And we've posted those to a playlist on the National Child Passenger Safety Board's YouTube channel. So if you go to youtube.com/CPS board, and then you just search by playlist on our channel, and you will find the Child Passenger Safety on School Buses playlist, and you can view the videos. We're super excited with the reach that we have with this playlist in particular. So we launched this playlist in mid to late October, so just about 6 months ago. And one of the videos on the safety vests and seat mounts has over 8,500 views at this point in time, and we've only begun to promote it starting at the end of March. And so I'm thrilled that that the reach is that we're reaching the public and being able to use this as a resource. So please feel free to share this within your communities, all of these videos as a resource, to promote them on your on your social media as well. We're happy for you to be able to share those and use them. All right, so that's a pretty quick high-level overview of the two versions of the trainings, of the training. So just remember that we have two versions, the CPST version and the pupil transportation version. And then for each, we have two different formats, the in-person and the hybrid. What I failed to mention as I was going through, for the hybrid offering for the CPST version, it's about 1.5 hours of classroom time. And for the pupil transportation version, it's about 2.5 hours of hands-on or in-person time. So just to give you an idea, and then the remainder of the time would be spent completing the e-learning modules. All right, so say that you're interested in offering a training in your state, and I hope as you work on your planning for the upcoming year, you'll definitely consider doing so. So the first thing that you would want to do is to access the instructor prep guide, and this is also helpful for course administrators. It's available on the cpsboard.org/school-bus in that training resources folder, which as you'll see here is that top folder that I just highlighted in green. And once you click in there, you can download this document. This is the cover of what it looks like as the instructor prep guide. It was current in March. I do know that I need to add one thing that's been a recurring question. So there'll be a revision date, but I'll also have a tracking sheet of what I've updated so you can quickly reference what's been updated if you've already looked at the instructor prep guide. And in the instructor prep guide, you will find information about the curriculum overview. So similar to what I just did in a much more concise, easy to scan manner. Well, we also share how to access the resource, what resources are available and how to access them. We review who can be an instructor for the course and how to find instructors. And then we talk about steps to prepare to deliver the course and also follow up after delivering the course. And so we'll work through some of those right now. So one of the first things you need to do is make certain that you have instructors who can teach this course. So child passenger safety technicians who have completed the course, who have completed either the 2015 version of this course or have been in one of the pilots or early offerings of the school bus training. So we've had a couple courses already, will have earned their school bus endorsement. So any technician with the school bus endorsement may serve as an instructor for this course, meaning that they have completed a training since September 1st of 2015. So if
Hi, everyone. She lost her connection and she's trying to reconnect, so give her just a second.
As we're waiting, I think it's safe to announce that mint chocolate chip was the favorite ice cream of the day. And we will have time at the end for questions, so please put your questions in the chat.
Claudia, can you confirm, or Jim, can you confirm that you can hear me?
Yes, we
Yes,
can.
we can hear
Okay,
you.
I'm so sorry. I don't know what happened. Zoom just stopped working. So did you hear the information about how to find the instructor prep guide?
Yes.
Okay.
I think you were going through how to become an instructor.
Okay, great. Thank you. I apologize. That was very odd. Okay, give me a half a second to share here. Thank you, everybody, for waiting. Okay. Jim, are you able to confirm, is that correct, the correct slide?
Yes, I believe so.
Okay,
That is
thank
correct.
you. Okay, thank you guys. Okay, so let me just start over. So on the slide, so, and again, I apologize. Any child passenger safety technician who has completed either the 2015 version of the school bus curriculum or has completed a pilot version or one of the very first couple classes of this 2023 version may serve as an instructor for this updated 2023 child passenger safety on school buses national training curriculum. If you are a person who has completed the school bus training prior to 2015, September 1st of 2015, you'll need to complete this course again in order to serve on the instructor team. We encourage technicians to CPSTs who want to teach this to partner with other child passenger safety technicians who are more seasoned or have more experience in the pupil transportation field. And we know that that may not always be possible. So we also encourage you to partner with pupil transportation providers. If they are not nationally certified child passenger safety technicians, they may assist with hands-on activities as a course assistant and help to provide subject matter expertise during the course. They just can't deliver the lecture material during the training. So if you have questions about that, please feel free to reach out to training@cpsboard.org. We are happy to answer questions and also help to connect you with resources in your communities. If you're wondering as a state or regional coordinator, who are your child passenger safety technicians in your area who have the school bus endorsement, you can visit cert.safekids.org and search by state. So here you'll see that I searched for in the state of Ohio. I'll put myself out there where I'm currently located. And also then you would select in the extra training section. So in the attributes, you would select school bus. And then you'll see here on the right-hand side, there are five technicians in Ohio currently who have the school bus endorsement as shown there. So you can do a quick view that way as well. We are finding that some of the endorsements did not get added in the past. We have updated that system that I'll talk about here shortly, hopefully putting check and balances in so that that information is added. So if there is a technician who has completed the training since 2015 and does not, and the school bus endorsement is not showing, if we can track down a roster from that class or a certificate, if they have a certificate of completion from that training, we can get that added to their profile as well, but we'll need some proof to be able to do so. So once you have your instructor team, you need to work on registering your course. We are asking that all school bus trainings, regardless of version or delivery format, are registered. And it's a quick registration process. I'm going to say it's going to take you about 5 minutes as long as you have all of your information ready to go. You'll see here, if you go back to the child passenger safety the school bus page on the Child Passenger Safety Board's website. So cpsboard.org/school-bus. You'll see a button that I just highlighted in green that says register a training. And you click on that button and it will take you to this jot form. The form will ask you for some information. So we need somebody to serve as a primary point of contact. So whether that's the state or regional coordinator, it could be the lead instructor, but somebody needs to be that primary point of contact, and you'll enter that information, just first name, last name, email, phone number. And then tell us what type of training you're registering. So we need to know the version, whether it's the CPST or pupil transportation version. And the information about each is provided there, so you don't have to try to remember from this presentation. And then also the type of offering or the format. So is it an in-person offering or a hybrid offering? And that what those mean is also included in the form. So a couple quick check boxes. Please share the date, the start time and end time of the training. If it's associated with an event, that is not a required, but if you're holding it, for example, in conjunction with your state conference and you want to add that information, please share that information. Tell us the training location and address. And then that's when you begin listing your instructors. All instructors must be, again, currently certified child passenger safety technicians with the school bus endorsement. And I am checking those as the forms come in. You'll have the option to enter up to 6 instructors, depending on how many you'll be using for the training. So as you enter one, it'll give you the option all the way up through 6. You do have to enter at least 2 for the training. And then finally, the last question is, would you like the training included on the National Enrichment Training Calendar, which is available at cpsboard.org/training-calendar. And we'll look at what that is in just a second. And it's a simple yes or no. If you don't want this publicly listed, if it's a closed course or controlled course just for people within your state or region, you can say no. If you'd like it to open it up, maybe, for example, you're located near a state border and you'd like to open it to students both on both sides, or the states that border you, you can do so. Or maybe you're a conference and you want to invite other participants and you want to list that information. So you'll see here, we've started an enrichment training calendar to help have one place to go to look for school bus trainings. And we'll be expanding this enrichment training calendar to include other offerings as we develop more curriculum. So stay tuned. I'll be back again probably in about a year with more information on that. But if you go, you can look at this right now. It's live at cpsboard.org/training-calendar. When you go there, you'll see they're all school bus trainings right now, but it will tell you as highlighted in yellow, the version. So we have a pupil transportation version, which is an in-person offering. And so the type, the format, the delivery format is also listed in the title. And that will be on June 3rd. Actually, I cannot tell a lie, that one was just rescheduled. Oh no, yes, that one was rescheduled, but there'll be another one coming soon. And then this is an example of the child passenger safety technician version. So as you scroll down in August, you'll see that there'll be 2 child passenger safety technician versions that are hybrid offerings. And so then you'll see the times on the right-hand side there. It'll show you for the first offering that from 8:30 to 10 will be the in-person class time on August 23rd. And then there'll be a second hybrid offering the same day, but with the hands-on time later from 10:30 to noon. So what that enables us, the people delivering the training, to do is to be able to run 2 groups of students through using the equipment that's available on that day, and basically doubling the capacity to run students through the class, because they can do the hybrid sign-offs or the activity time twice that day. At least you could probably do it 4 times if you wanted, but we'll stick with 2 on that one there. We can list cost in the training offerings. So when you click on the offerings, we can add more information. Whatever you want listed, we can add that. And again, but if you choose do not include it on the enrichment training calendar, your information will not be included. But you need to register the course in order to access the training resources. So once the course is approved, it takes approximately 1 to 2 business days. It's been a little bit slower right now as we've been waiting on the delivery of the final curriculum. But once we have that final curriculum uploaded, we'll be able to approve within 1 to 2 days at the most. You will receive an automated email with a link to access the training resources. So the training resources are going to live in a box, which is a cloud-based file sharing platform. So if you work in a setting where this may be problematic to access this file sharing platform, so for example, some hospitals have difficulty, it's my understanding, have difficulty accessing Box, we'll need to come up with a plan B, but please reach out to training@cpsboard.org and we'll get it figured out for you. But you'll see here as I show, there are there's a folder in, so you'll get an invitation to this file share, and there's a pupil transportation delivery folder as well as a child passenger safety technician delivery folder. And then also there's like training specific information, supporting documents. I also have included the instructor prep guide there just so it can be found in a second place. I was trying to think, like, if I were an instructor and I was looking for this information, where would I look for it? So I also shared it there in the box folder. So what type of training resources are you going to find? And I just need to pause for a moment and say, oh my gosh, don't these look awesome? I'm so excited to share all of this with you. So in there, you will find the download for the instructor guide. The instructor guide is a compilation of the PowerPoint slides with the speaker notes. So the speaker notes will serve as the actual instructor guide. So think about the PowerPoint presentations for the certification course that have all the same information that's in the instructor guide. We have basically compiled all of the PowerPoint presentations and put them in one document so you can print them out for your instructors in the instructor guide with all the speaker note in the speaker note view. Additionally, you'll find a download for the participant handouts that are all compiled into one large like binder or handout with a cover and a table of contents. You'll find the PowerPoint presentations, and then you'll find additional materials for the course. There is a agenda that you can edit. It's a sample agenda, but it's set up so that you can edit it and change the times if you wish to do so and use that, if that's easier for you. There's a sign-in sheet. We do ask that each course use the sign-in sheet. It is fillable. So if you know your roster ahead of time and want to type out people's names, I would greatly appreciate it as one of the people who has to process the information at the end. It's much easier to read something that somebody has typed out than try to decipher people's handwriting. You'll find fillable proof of completion as shown there. There's an evaluation that you can, these are the suggested questions. The course evaluation is not mandatory and you can add your own questions to it, but we've got a start for you. And additionally, there's activity worksheets that you can download as well. So all of that is available. We ask that each time you teach the training, that you register the training and that you check the dates on the training resources. So they'll always be dated, but because we're moving to this more cloud-based delivery system, like I said earlier, it allows us to make updates that we identify in real time. And so we want to make certain that you're using the most current version. So if you're only teaching this once a year or offering it once a year in your state or region, I really encourage you to go back and not use the old hyperlink and to go back in and check sorry, you can still use the old hyperlink, but make certain that the resources are all up to date. If you are teaching a hybrid offering, we will get you set up with a group in the Child Passenger Safety Learning Portal. And so if you haven't heard, about a year ago, we launched the Child Passenger Safety Learning Portal. This is our homepage, and this is where we deliver all of the online learning. So this is used for the hybrid version of the Child Passenger Safety Technician Certification course. It's also will be used for the hybrid version of the school bus trainings. And we recently moved the CEUs over there and the community education webinars, the recordings over to the Child Passenger Safety Learning Portal so that everything's in one place from the time a person becomes a technician, and they can use it all through their time of being a technician. So it's super easy to create a user account, and I'm going to feature thank you to Claudia, who's on here, who made a short social media image for or video for us about how easy it is to set up an account on the Child Passenger Safety Learning Portal. So give me 1 second. Whoop, hang on.
We can't hear it, Tammy.
Thank you. It must have dropped that when I lost you guys. Okay, let's try it again.
Once your account, the new Child
Can you
Passenger
hear it now?
Safety Learning Portal is a one-stop location for courses
Yes,
provided
yes.
by the National
Thank you.
Child Passenger Safety Board and the National Safety Council. To create a profile within the Learning Portal, select Log In. On the login screen, new users should select Create an Account in order to take courses within the Learning Portal. Enter the requested information on the sign-up screen. Please note that a referral code is only necessary when a user is associating their account with a group course. Once your account is created, you will be redirected to your account dashboard. You can now search for courses by selecting View Course Catalog. The course catalog can be sorted based on the user's needs. A brief description of each category is provided at the top of the course catalog page. In addition, handy how-to guides are available for quick access assistance. For additional questions, please contact training@cpsboard.org.
So you can see it's pretty simple, and the students will even get a link once they're enrolled in the course. They'll receive an email similar to the one that is shown here that tells them that they have been enrolled in the course, and they'll receive a second email with their login, their initial login information, and about how to create a password. So super easy. We also have available in the learning management system, so on the Child Passenger Safety Learning Portal, across the top on the menu bar, how-to guides that will help students learn how to navigate the learning portal, and we'll include some information for the school bus training as well. To help with that as we get up and running with the hybrid offerings. So coming soon. And then as you begin planning, we encourage you to also start coordinating the equipment. And we have included an equipment list for you in the instructor prep guide. So it includes suggestions for school bus demonstration seats and what those should look like, as well as for conventional child safety restraint systems, belt converters, school bus only child safety restraint system, safety vests, training dowels, belt cutters, and webbing. And all of this is covered in detail in that instructor prep guide. So we've gotten lots of kudos already from our reviewers that was probably the most helpful part of the instructor prep guide. So hopefully that will be helpful to you as well. Let me know if it would be helpful if that was some kind of like fillable checklist for you. We could definitely look at developing that as a supporting resource for you. So now the other thing I forgot to mention earlier with the instructors, if you have instructors who want to teach this course and they have not They are child passenger safety technicians, but maybe they learned the school bus, they completed the school bus training with the 2015 version. We are happy to share the online learning modules with them, even if they're going to teach an in-person offering. So that they can review the content and get their skills up to date. We want to make certain that all of the instructors delivering this are super comfortable with the material, especially all of the new information being offered. So we can get them set up in the system as well. After you offer the training, we do ask that you submit the sign-in sheets back to training@cpsboard.org. A scanned copy is great, or a PDF, if you want to take a picture and turn it into a PDF and email it over. And then what we do is we send that information for the child passenger safety technicians over to Safe Kids certification, and they will then add the school bus endorsement. It takes approximately 1 to 2 weeks after we send over that information. But that's why we ask for the sign-in sheets to be submitted. We also track the number, we're also tracking the number of child passenger safety technicians versus non-CPSTs who complete the training. So when we go to update the curriculum in a few years, we'll have a better idea of who's actually taking the training and have some numbers to help support that. We encourage you to retain those sign-in sheets for that certification cycle for that student. So typically, or the suggestion is to retain those for 2 years in case they come back and need verification for the CEUs and completion of the course. And then also we encourage you to collect the activity worksheets at the end of the course and retain those for 2 years with the sign-in. After 2 years, that student has recertified, they will no longer need the CEUs, and there's not really a reason to retain that paperwork, so you can destroy it. Additionally, we are developing a school bus learning library. So as I talked about earlier, with the Child Passenger Safety Learning Portal, it allows us to offer all kinds of online trainings to child passenger safety technicians as well as the general public. So coming in early June, I can't promise by the end of May, but because of the holiday, and I think we'll be in early June. Coming in early June, this page is actually already live, but it's not, there's only 2 courses on there, and I don't even know if there's any content in the courses yet, but the place cards are there for me to send you a picture. You will see here, we will offer all of the modules from the pupil transportation version for technicians to be able to complete independently. So what we're hoping to do is, one, help answer questions in the field, and maybe they want to learn more about how to identify a school bus, and they can jump on and complete this 10 to 15 minute module on identifying school buses. We hope to create some interest, generate some interest in completing the full training. And we also hope that this serves as a resource in the pupil transportation field for people who want to do, like, for example, maybe they want to focus on child safety restraint systems with cam wraps. So you'll see that coming soon. Do note that any learner who completes the individual modules that is not considered completion of the full course to earn the school bus training, school bus endorsement. They will have to complete the full course. You'll note that the modules here will have it'll have its own course catalog page, but if you look at it in the full course catalog, they'll have the little school bus icons at the top of the product card there, as shown here on this picture. So pretty excited about that. I hope you guys like that. The only module that will, in this format, that technicians will actually be able to receive CEUs for is the child safety restraint systems with cam wraps, and that will be worth 1.0 CEUs. None of the other modules are long enough to stand on their own to earn CEUs, and we felt like it was more important to deliver them independently than to try to group them to earn CEUs, because we really want people to be able to complete the information by topic. It will also allow us to track what is most interesting or what type of information the general public and CPSTs are seeking and completing in the learning management system, and that will help inform future curriculum decisions as well. All right, so on that, that is the majority of my content. I just have a couple quick things and then I'm happy to answer a few questions. We do have program support available, a toll-free number that's monitored Monday through Friday during business hours. We tend to follow Central Time, and you can reach us at training@cpsboard.org, and my direct contact information is listed there. Additionally, if you would like to help promote the trainings that we do have a handout on cpsboard.org/trainings that summarizes all of the general awareness, the certification training, the enrichment training for school bus transportation, as well as the CPST, CEU, and community education trainings. And so this is the one-page document that's double-sided that you can print off and share, or include the information in your state newsletters or regional newsletters. Okay, Jim, I'm going to turn over and see if there's any questions that I can answer. And again, I do apologize for Zoom not liking me today.
Thank you, Tammy. We do have one question from Kate. She's asking if there's a recommended instructor-student ratio for the course.
Typically, we would recommend about the same student-to-instructor ratio, the 1:5, as maximum of 1:5 as with the certification course. And it really comes down to what training equipment resources you have available, as well as how many, and being able to give the students the attention that they need as well, for help with installing on the demonstrator seats.
Great. Those are the only questions we've gotten so far. Any additional questions as we move into the closing slides? Going once, going twice. Okay. Looks like there are no additional questions. So we do have a few closing announcements. The next CPS coordinators forum will be on Wednesday, June 8th at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, and we'll be joined by Cass Herring from Safe Kids Certification, and she'll discuss the child passenger safety technician recertification requirements. So we hope we can join you for that. And then we'll be moving into the popular topic from earlier this year, how you do the things you do, or the popular format. And we'll poll you on your CPS week activities and have some great discussions about what we're all planning for CPS week. We'll be taking a break for the summer in August. If you do have any ideas for future forums, please let us know in the chat, or you can also email secretariat@cpsboard.org, and we'll be sure to discuss and see what we can put together. Okay, it is pediatric heat stroke prevention season. And so Children in Cars is a free online learning course available in the CPS learning portal at carseateducation.org/hot-cars. We'll see if we can get that in the chat. Here you go. There's the address if you'd like to check that out. Children in the updated English version was released late last month, and so it provides students the opportunity to learn about the 3 primary circumstances that have led to children dying in hot cars and how they can prevent these tragedies. This update also introduces information on available technology countermeasures. Estimated completion time is about 10 minutes. There is a proof of completion provided at the end, and expect to see an updated Spanish version later this summer. Just know too that you can also set this course up for group delivery. And if that's something that you're interested in, feel free to contact training@cpsboard.org, and they can set you up with that. You can coordinate it for a group of technicians or a group within your working group, or caregivers in general. It's a great resource to be able to take advantage of. And the National Child Passenger Safety Board right now is conducting our membership drive. So we currently have 3 open positions, and actually we'll start on May 31st, but be thinking and get your ideas ready. We're seeking applications for the community engagement, the injury prevention in healthcare, and the public safety law enforcement positions. And so please help us promote those. And if anyone is interested in applying, please do. And if you do have any questions, feel free to contact me or anybody on the board. We're happy to answer any questions about board membership. Also, as a reminder, we're accepting nominations for the 2024 National CPS Awards. That will continue until August 31st. And we'd like to challenge all of the coordinators to nominate at least one in each of the categories of Technician of the Year, Instructor of the Year, and Team of the Year. And we know that there are individuals and teams out there doing great work, so please help us promote the work they do by sending in some nominations. And that brings us to the end of the announcements. Thank you for joining us today. Just a reminder that the forum is being recorded and it will be posted at cpsboard.org/CPS-coordinators-forum. That's a long address, within 1 to 2 business days. So thank you for joining us. Have a safe day, and we will see you next month.